name is Brittany. I am a 200-hour RYT, and today I'm going to lead you through a heart-opening flow that is great for the beginning of your day or towards the end or even at the middle, just an all-day good flow. So join me on your mat. We'll start in a kneeling position. So come to sit back on your heels. Buns are resting lightly on the heels here. Pressure firm down through the shins. You can just close down the eyes and start to tap into your breath. Begin to draw in full inhales, completely emptying the lungs with your exhales. Tuning into the quality of your thoughts this morning, the quality of your breath. And just arriving in this space on your mat and in your body. With your next inhale, you can sweep the arms out to the sides, reaching up overhead. Bring the palms together overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more times just like this. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, bring the palms together. And exhale, hands to heart center. Once more, inhale, the arms reach up. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. Allow the thumbs to rest lightly on the sternum. Just getting the feeling of linking our breath with our movement here today. Take another inhale through the nostrils, sealing off the lips, activating Ujjayi breath, a slight constriction in the back of the throat. And with your exhale, you can release the hands down to the thighs, gently begin to flutter the eyes open. And we'll start to transition into tabletop. So coming onto your hands and knees, we'll stack our knees underneath the hips, the hands directly beneath the shoulders. And we'll just start to move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So if we can start by moving the pelvis, tilting it forward as the low belly drops, the gaze will lift. And with your exhale, round through the tailbone, arching the upper back, chin comes towards your chest. And inhale, starting from the pelvis, let the low belly descend, broaden through the collarbones, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, lift through the rib cage, chin towards chest. Continue moving at your own breath, following your inhales, following your exhales. Maybe finding any sort of free-form movement that feels good in the body today. So if you want to take the hips from side to side, maybe making circles with the torso. Just getting into all those spaces, maybe feeling a little stuck or tight this morning. Take 3 more rounds of breath just like this. Be coming back to your regular cat-cow movements. And with your next inhale, we will meet in a neutral tabletop, so flat spine. With your next breath in, extend the left leg back behind you, hovering it off of the ground. The toes are flexed towards the ground. And reach your right arm out in front of you, so creating a straight line of energy here from the right fingertips down to the left heel. Take an inhale, draw a breath in. Exhale, round through the spine, knee to elbow. Inhale to reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last time, inhale to reach. This time, bend at the knee, reach back with your right hand, take hold of the left foot. Kick your foot into your hand, broaden across that right shoulder, gazes forward. We'll stay here for an inhale and an exhale. Next inhale, release the grip of your foot, extend through the right arm and the left leg. And with your exhale, place the right hand back down, left knee back down. We take a little gentle movement from side to side. With your next inhale, extend through the right leg, reach forward with the left hand. So palm is faced in here. Take an inhale, find some length, kick back through the right heel. Exhale, draw knee to elbow, round in. Inhale to extend. And exhale to curl in. Inhale, find length. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. This time, bend into the right knee, reach back for the right foot with the left hand. Kick into the left hand as you broaden across the right shoulder, or left shoulder. Gaze is forward. One more inhale. Exhale, release, and slowly float the left hand and right knee back down to your mat. So from here, you can keep the hips stacked over the knees as you begin to walk the hands forward, melting the chest towards the ground. This is heart melting pose, really getting into the shoulders here, opening across the chest, the pecs. And with your next inhale, walk the hands in, begin to lift the chest up off of your mat. Tuck the toes under, send your hips up and back, find downward facing dog. So creating a nice upside down V shape with the body. You can pedal it out, bending into one knee and then the other, working into the backs of the hamstrings, the backs of the calves. And continue reaching your sitting bones up into the air, creating that forward pelvic tilt, just like in cow pose. So think about rolling the heads of the shoulders away from the ears and down the spine. Take 3 more breaths here. Find some stillness. And reach the heels back down to the earth. It's okay if they don't touch. And you can keep a slight bend in your knees if the low back becomes compromised in this shape. So if you feel you're starting to tuck the tailbone under, go ahead and find a bend in the knees. Your next inhale, extend the right leg up and back behind you, square off the hips. Think of internally rotating from the femur. As you exhale, draw knee to nose and step the right foot between the hands. Lower the back knee down onto your mat, untuck the toes. Inhale, come up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. The shoulders come down the back away from the ears. And think of knitting the low ribs in here. So if it's helpful to consider drawing the thighs in towards one another, so creating that scissoring action here to kind of lift you up out of your hip, you can do that here. Let's take another breath in. And with an exhale, take a slight back bend, cactus the arms. Inhale to reach. And exhale to cactus. Once more, inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach the hands overhead. Exhale, plant them down onto your mat. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee, and step your right foot back to meet the left. So you have an option here if you'd like to take a vinyasa. You can lower down halfway through chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, push back, downward facing dog. So the vinyasas are always an option. Don't feel like you have to take them, but they are there if you want to do a little bit more work today. So let's just take a couple more breaths in downward facing dog before switching over to the other side. Your next inhale, reach the left leg up and back behind you. Again, thinking of that internal rotation of the left femur. As you exhale, draw knee to nose and step the left foot between the hands. Lower the back knee down onto the ground. Inhale, come up, Anjaneyasana. Again, think about scissoring the thighs in towards one another so that the left hip draws back. The right hip comes slightly forward so that they're squared towards the front of your mat. Palms are face in here. Let's take an inhale, find some length. And on the exhale, cactus the arms, slight back bend. Inhale to reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to cactus. Inhale, extend. And exhale, frame your left foot with your palms, tuck your back toes under, lift the right knee. Step your left foot back to meet the right. An option here for a vinyasa or push back to downward facing dog. It's really important here to consider moving when you breathe and breathing when you move. So with each movement, see if you can find an inhale or an exhale, and let that carry you through to the next shape. Inhale, extend the right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Step the right foot between the palms. This time staying up on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, come up, high lunge. So same cues as in low lunge. Think about drawing the thighs in towards one another, really turning on the quads and the hamstrings. Let's take an inhale here. With an exhale, cactus the arms, slight back bend. Inhale to reach. Exhale to cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Vinyasa or skip it. Remembering to move when you breathe and breathe when you move. Straight into the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step it through, come to the top of the mat. Stay up on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, settle into your high lunge. Think about your alignment cues that we've already gone over. Take an inhale, find some length. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale to cactus. Inhale, extend. Exhale, plant the hand, step the left foot back. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Take a moment here, come back to your breath. And we'll take about 3 more rounds of breath here. With your next inhale, extend through the right leg. As you exhale, step the right foot through, coming to the top of the mat. This time, spin your back heel down at a 45-degree angle. So we're coming into Warrior One here. So as you inhale, come up into your Warrior One. So feet are on separate train tracks here. Hips are squared towards the front. Again, same alignment cues. You want to draw the right hip back and the left hip comes slightly forward. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, release the hands, clasp them behind the low back. Make a fist, draw them down towards the ground as you roll the heads of the shoulders back. And with your exhale, fold in to the inside of the right knee. Continue tracking the right hip back in space. And try not to rest the torso on the right thigh. Hug the shoulder blades together here. And with your next inhale, let the fist guide you up towards the top into your Warrior One. Unclasp the hands, reach overhead. Exhale, release the hands down, frame the right foot. This time, just step back to downward facing dog. Straight to the other side. Inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, step it through. Find your Warrior One feet. So spin that back heel down onto your mat, 45-degree angle. Inhale, come up. Hips are squared towards the front of the room. Release the hands, clasp them behind the low back. Take the opposite pinky on bottom, the one that feels a little bit weird. As you inhale, roll the heads of the shoulders back, reach the fist down, gaze up. And exhale, fold into the inside of the left knee. Think of tracking that left hip back in space. And avoid resting the torso on the thigh here. Your next inhale, let the fist guide you back up. Unclasp the hands, reach the hands high. Exhale, fold in. Step the left foot back, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. It's okay to make a little noise on your exhale. And then slowly come down onto the hands and knees. Finding that tabletop position once again. With your next inhale, sweep the right arm up into the sky, open to the right side. Maybe roll out the wrist in one direction and then the other. And with your next exhale, thread the right arm behind the left. Come down onto that right shoulder. Really push that arm through. And you can keep the left hand by the face. Reach it out in front of you, or if you'd like to take the bind around the torso, you can do that as well. Just finding what works for you today in your practice. One more breath in. And with your exhale, place the left hand back down onto your mat. And as you draw your next breath in, unthread your right arm, reach back up into the sky for a little counter stretch, and then release your right hand down. So same thing, opposite side. Inhale to extend the left arm, open up the left side. Maybe roll out the wrist in one direction, and then the other. And on an exhale, thread the left arm behind the right, really pushing it through, coming down onto the left shoulder. So again, whichever arm variation you like, whether that's by the face, stretched out in front of you, or again, you can take that wrap around the torso for the left thigh. One more inhale here. With your exhale, you can unwind, placing the right hand back down onto your mat. And with your next breath in, draw the left arm back through into the sky. Exhaling it back down onto your mat. Bring the big toes to touch. Take your knees wide. Think of that pelvic tilt like in cow pose. We're going to sit our buns back towards our heels for child's pose. So walk the hands out, let the forehead descend. Maybe it feels good to rock from side to side, getting a gentle massage on the third eye center of the forehead. Or maybe it just feels good to be still. Your next inhale, begin to lift the forehead up off of the mat. Walk the hands in towards the body. Bring the knees back together here and come up onto your knees. So they're going to be stacked directly beneath your hips. And we'll take our hands to the low back here. So we're moving into camel pose. Now, we don't have to go into the full expression of this just yet. So we'll just get the idea. So roll the shoulder heads up towards the ears and back down the spine. Take an inhale and start to just move your head back in space lightly, really pushing into the hips, keeping them stacked over the knees. And maybe this is where you stop. Your next inhale, come back upright and sink back down onto the heels. So the next option will be to take the bind on your heels, and with that you can tuck the toes under. So come back up onto your knees, tuck your toes under, gives you a little bit more space to reach back for. Hands come to the hips, inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, move the head back in space. And then maybe you reach down for one of your heels. Maybe you reach down for both of them. But your throat should still be open, so try not to dump way back into your head. To safely come out, bring the hands to the low back to assist you back upright, and then sit the buns back down onto the heels. You can allow the hips to come to one side, bring the feet out in front of you, Shimmy down on your mat and slowly come to lying on the back. Just let the body rest here. Take a moment to come back to your breath, back to your body, back to the space. You can stay in Shavasana for as long as you need, but for time's sake, I will go ahead and come up. So you can hug the knees in towards the chest, make your way onto one side, push yourself back upright. We'll bring our hands to heart center in gratitude for this practice and for our hearts that we have a little trouble opening sometimes. Bowing the wisdom of the mind to the wisdom of the heart, we say Namaste. So thank you guys so much for joining me today with our heart opening practice. I hope to see you on your mats in the future. For information on upcoming retreats or events that you might be interested in, go ahead and head on to my Instagram page. It's Brittany Does Life, BRITTANY Does Life. Thanks so much.